folks doing,
Okay, we'll
man?
close out the day with Diego Pavia, one of the most exciting players. Had a great season last year. I'm sure we'll have some questions for him. Who would like to start off? We'll go right here in the front row.
Dick Cox with Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. You had a great first year playing in the SEC. What did you learn from that? Did you think you can build on for even a better season this year?
Yeah, I think last year I kind of got banged up at the Kentucky game. And so just maybe, being in the training room more, that's something that I worked on in this offseason, just make sure my body's prepared. Because after that game, my production kind of fell off. And I got to be there for my teammates, and so they'll expect a lot out of me this year. And, we can't wait for this great season.
Right side, second row.
Alex Byington on three. Diego, just from maybe a notoriety standpoint, how much do you think the win over Alabama may have helped grease the wheels of the NCAA case? You were a public figure at that point when maybe different things might have transpired.
Well, I think the win over Alabama was big from a Vanderbilt standpoint of just allowing us to go get talent, and then it eventually helped us go to a bowl game. Each one of those 6 wins was important, but that one in particular, obviously they're the number 1 ranked team in the country. But when it comes down to it, every win was important, and I think that one was because we finally got people to believe kind of in Vanderbilt football. And so from here on out, obviously we got to win more games to get the things done that we want. So winning solves everything. Well, for my case, I don't know. Maybe I asked the judge that one. But, I was just super fortunate that I got clear to go.
Middle section, fourth row.
Diego, Noah Chast, ABC Columbia. I believe on the Bustin' with the Boys podcast, you alluded to a certain game that was circled on your calendar. It was a South Carolina game. I'm curious why that was or why that is.
Right. Obviously, South Carolina is they got great talent there. I feel like we fell short of that game by a mile. And obviously they beat us. I think it was 28-7. But we're going to focus on Charleston Southern first, and then we'll get to Game 3 when we get there. But obviously they are coached by Coach Beamer, and he's a great coach too. And so we'll be super excited to go play on the road in that environment when Game 3 comes.
Middle section, fifth row.
Kind of to that point, obviously matched up against Lenora Sellers in that game, and we'll match up with him again when you guys rematch South Carolina. Just as a fellow, SEC quarterback, how would you just evaluate his talent?
I think he's crazy talent. One, his athleticism is just different. He's got God-given talent too. He's 6'3" or something, 240 or something. And so that kid is just gifted. And then you see him on the field, he breaks tackles, and he's a good thrower too. So we'll be excited to play him. I know our defense will probably be excited to play him too, Game 3 when it comes.
Right side, back row.
Trevor Denton, Way 31. Over your career, you're 3-0 against teams coached by Hugh Freeze. Why do you think you've been so good against him and his teams over the years?
Oh, dude, I don't know. Maybe they got a spell on him or something. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, Auburn is a really good team. Coach Freeze, he wouldn't be at Auburn if he wasn't a good coach, and I think the world of him. He's a great person. Obviously, I played him at Liberty, and we were fortunate enough to beat him. That was one of our clutch wins to go to a bowl game too. But I don't know, maybe we'll see what happens in Nashville for Game 4.
Left side, third row.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX and College Station. Eli Stowers, what does he bring to your team? And the fact that both of you guys are back, what kind of is the chemistry like between you and him?
I know you see that smile on my face when you bring him up. He's a natural talent. He's just like I would say like the Norris, gifted. He's 6'4", he's like 6'4", 240. Power cleans 365. On pro day, he's in a run of 4.4. He's in a jump of 44-inch vertical. He's just so naturally gifted. And then what makes him the best tight end in the country is that he's played quarterback before, so he knows the openings. He knows where to sit. He knows what's open. He knows what he gets a pre-snap read. He's just an all-around player. And then off the field, he's just one of the best persons I've ever met in my life.
Middle section, third row.
Yeah, Jeff Howe on Texas football. Diego, the Texas game last year was one of those close losses that you guys had. Just your memories of what you remember about that game. Any thoughts on Texas? And then I know it's down the road on the schedule, but just looking forward to the return match in Austin this year.
Yeah, as a quarterback, I feel like I put the blame on myself for every loss that we have, but most importantly, Texas. That's where 2 of my interceptions came by tip balls, and so I need to get better. I need to find those throwing lanes, and we score on one of those, then it flips. So I just got to be better in my craft, in what I do, and we go into Austin this year, so it'll be a super exciting environment.
Left side, second row.
Hey, Diego. Jacques Doucet, WAFB Baton Rouge. LSU game last year, you hit him for a deep pass early, close game. What are your memories of that game, and then LSU coming to Nashville this year?
LSU will always be good. I remember we took that 7-0 lead, and we kind of just fell off from there. We were kind of banged up. I was banged up that game, and same thing, I need to go in healthy, and, I feel like I'm a better player when I'm fully healthy 100%. And so, I hope when they come to Nashville that I'm 100%.
Front row again.
What are your thoughts on the stand you took with far as eligibility? Has changed the landscape of college football, but has given so many junior college players now the hope of getting a chance to play and play extra, though. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I feel like I have good thoughts about that. I have a lot of teammates, ex-teammates from New Mexico Military Institute that I played with who, text me like, hey, man, thank you, and so a lot of people reach out and tell me thank you, and so it wasn't really me, it was my lawyer who did it, so he got the job done, and I'm super excited for those guys because they get another opportunity.
Middle section, last row.
Kind of to that point of hearing from other players who had a similar situation to yourself, South Carolina running back Rasul Faison is in a similar situation. I was wondering if he has maybe reached out to you, if you guys have had a conversation at all.
No, he hasn't reached out, but he played at in the same conference as I did, right? What did he play at, like Blinn or something? Yeah, and he's a great talent too. I remember scouting for him. I don't remember his name exactly on the paper, but I remember scouting for him.
Right side, third row.
Carlo Brown, WCBI TV in Columbus, Mississippi. Diego, as a avid Buzzing with the Boys watcher myself, I saw you on the podcast, so I just want to ask about that experience with Taylor and Will.
Yeah, I had a good experience with those guys. Obviously, there's some nut jobs for sure. That's everyone on the podcast. You got to have some